Now, in the previous videos, before I shut down my life, I decided to quit YouTube and delete all the videos. I made a video showing you guys some of my favorite Ayurvedic herbs, which are very great for hair care. Okay, so in this video, I am going to be sharing with you how I make that all over again. And this is kind of a little bit different because in that video, I was using about six. The herbs are gonna be on the screen, 6 or 5 herbs, and you don't necessarily need that much. Okay, you just can use maybe 2 3 4 if you're like me sometimes and you just want all the benefits because you think more is always better. Then you can definitely go ahead and use like 10, 12, 15, 20, 100. I'm not here to judge. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I make it. I don't know if I'm going to show you guys how I apply it, but the making is very necessary. So this is the display of the 5 herbs that I used in the previous video before I deleted YouTube and quit and I came back. These are my 5 herbs. It contains Fenugreek, Rosemary, Moringa, Hibiscus, and Neem. Very 5 powerful herbs. But in this video in particular, I'm not going to be using all 5. You don't necessarily need that. I'm going to be using Neem because it is great for strengthening your hair and preventing premature graying. Hibiscus is great for hair elasticity, and elasticity equals less breakage. So I love that. Moringa is a powerhouse of nutrients. Like, I cannot begin to name all the nutrients that it contains. So I'm going to start with my empty jar. I'm going to put in all my 3 herbs that I'm going to be using, and then I'm going to add warm water and let it simmer, come back, sieve it, and then apply, and everything is done. So I'm not putting measurements, I'm eyeballing everything basically. And I wanted to say that you don't need to use so much herbs. As you see me, I'm not using so much at all. Unless you're making a very big batch, you don't need to add 10 tablespoons. Like 2-3 is good for about 250 ml of whatever you're making, and mine was a little bit above 250 ml, so it was pretty good. And using less doesn't mean that you're not going to get all the benefits. You're still going to get all the benefits, okay? But sometimes you just want it a much more concentrated. But I still see that even when I use a little bit of the herbs, it's still very concentrated. So that is one way you can save money by, if you're purchasing all of this, so that you don't overuse it, you always have some. So that is it. I'm going to leave it alone to simmer and infuse. And I actually forgot, I came back in the evening. I don't know if you guys noticed the change in color of the video, but I came back in the evening and then I started then. So I'm going to go ahead and sieve out all the chaff. Especially you need something that has really tiny holes, because I use moringa powder and that is a fine powder. If you are using powders, then you're going to need a cheesecloth or some penny holes. But if you're using all the herbs in their real form, you don't necessarily need what I'm using. You can just use a strainer and it's going to work just fine. So that is it. I went ahead to sieve out all of the chaff and it was pretty hard. Like, it was a process. It took quite a bit of time, but I'm finally done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bottle it up in my applicator bottle so that it's going to be easy for application. You can also go ahead and add a preservative, which I did. I didn't show it on camera though, but if you don't have that, which I guess most of you don't have, you can go ahead and refrigerate it. And that is it for the making. You have to spray it in your hair. That is basically the application. These herbs are very great for hair care. Now, I want to say one thing that I've been dying to say for a very long time. When you're choosing herbs for your hair care routine, there are some things that you need to consider. The first thing that I'm going to put on the list is, can you get them? Like, are those herbs available to you at all times? Because with using these herbs, one of the things that is very much needed is consistency. If you're consistent with it, you're going to notice so much of a difference in your hair growth and stuff, But if you're not consistent with them, you use this today, the next day you stop, that's not good. So you need to be sure that these herbs are available to you. Like, when I need them, is it easy to get them? Like, for example, let me use I have a moringa tree in this house, so if I need moringa, I just go there and then I get it. That is how easy it is for me to get it, okay? So you need to consider if you don't necessarily need a tree, but if it's easy for you to get anytime when you need it, because consistency is key. Next is it affordable? For example, I don't buy moringa, obviously, but I buy the other herbs. It's affordable. Hibiscus is like everywhere, and it's affordable. Fenugreek, it's affordable. Rosemary, affordable because we use to cook, so affordable. Yeah, I think those are the most two. And then you also have to consider if the herbs are effective. Now, for that, it is very, very unlikely for you to find a herb that is not effective because obviously it's going to be effective. Why would you buy it if it's not effective? And these herbs mostly have similar properties or nutrients in them, like the antimicrobial, antifungal, and all of those properties. But there are always something else that makes it unique from the other. Cause if rosemary and hibiscus have the same function, then why would you need two? Basically, there's going to be something different in the rosemary that the hibiscus doesn't have. That is going to make you add the hibiscus to the rosemary so that you get the perfect combo. Like moringa, neem, which is also, I got the neem from a tree, okay, and I dried it, so very, very much easy for me to get as the moringa too. And then hibiscus was bought, is very cheap and very, very easy to get. These three showing you guys that you don't necessarily need everything, okay? Just use what you have, okay? You need to be economical. Is that even a word? Economical. But that is it.